Okay, good morning, everyone. This is the second session of the Village of Tuxedo Park Board of Assessment Review. The time is 10:18. Present are myself, Deputy Mayor Lindsay, and Trustee Brooke, thereby constituting a quorum. So, John, if we can begin the process of reviewing the petitions that were filed between February 10th and February 18th of this year. Thank you.
Yes, we received one application submitted by a company by the name of O'Donnell and Cullen. They submitted one application for Jeffrey Harkle at 72 Lookout Road. We received 7 applications by Aventine Properties LLC. The names under those applications is Stephanie Stahl, Nasser Farhadian, Jinder Karana, Andrew Keating, Ann Hugh, Thomas Mullenberg, and Judith Whittles. Is that the only one? Yeah, this is horrible. Thought there was one more. We received Ealing House and Haidar at the meeting. And we received the Dows, I believe, at the meeting, correct? Well, let me just say for the record, we also received applications for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11 applications under the Dow properties, and they were submitted by Joseph Albert Esquire out of Pleasantville, New York.
Would you be so kind as to just briefly go over each application in terms of the request?
Sure.
Where we are in terms of the present valuation and the request for the next application.
Sure. I'll start with the Jeffrey Harkle property. Jeffrey.
The order in which they appear here?
Yes.
Okay, so the first is.
No, that's Dow. There's going to be the last on your phone, the attachments that he sent to us. There are 3 attachments to the email. We're going to do them as they are attached.
O'Donnell and Cullen is the first attachment, if you want to go through that.
Yep.
Okay. They submitted one application for 72 Lookout Road under the name of Jeffrey Harkle. Jeffrey Harkle purchased the property for $479,900. They do not give what the current value is, but for you, parcel number 107-187. We have the property value currently at $1,043,643.
And they're requesting a reduction too.
They're requesting it to the purchase price of $479,900.
Okay, thank you. That's one.
Was Aventine or which one was next?
17 is next.
17 is
Is
next.
this property in receivership?
I will give you an update on that. It was purchased from the bank. It was a distressed property. It does need a fair amount of work, and since he purchased the property actually about 2 weeks ago, he did submit an application to renovate the entire house. But he did purchase it for $479,900 from a bank foreclosure.
So the question, is that a legitimate is that a distress sale or a?
It's not an arm's length sale. It is a distress sale.
It says the original price was 702, right?
I do remember that number for a year or so when it was on the market.
It says it under the owner, HSBC.
Yep. Yeah, they were the mortgage holder.
Original price was 702. Okay,
Yeah.
let's keep going.
No,
Yes.
okay. Aventine Properties. Stephanie Stoll.
Hmm.
36 Eagle Mountain Road. They're requesting assessment, they're requesting a value of 698, 695.
Based on,
They did submit a brief market analysis for what they have, but I will at least tell you what we have it for now. We have the property valued at 1,301,708. They're requesting a reduction to 698, 695. Next one is Nasser Farhadian, 7 Brook Road. He's asking for a value of 867, 345.
on this,
The second one.
yeah, I know, but I'm just trying
It's
to find it.
page 11.
Oh, page
Starts on
11.
page 11 of 50.
Thanks.
Yeah.
We currently have the property valued at 1,448,340. 340. He's asking for a reduction to 867, 345. Karana Jinder, 77 East Lake Road. This property has sold. I don't have the exact sales date, so this might be invalid. But for the record, at least, they're asking for a reduction of 556,011. And
Our last number was,
our last number is 164. $918,406.
And the purchase price is $950.
I don't have that in front of me and they,
That's what it says.
oh, I'm sorry, yes, on the last page, on the second page, the purchase price, this past November was $950. You see it there. We have it for $918. It sold for $950. They're asking for $556. And I guess my suggestion would be it's not owned by that person anymore under this application. So we might be.
Not owned by the person who bought it?
It's not owned by the person's name that's on the application.
Oh.
Mr. Karana owned the property. He sold it, early last summer.
well, we did consider the application of Alyssa Gilbert after she sold her property to Ms. Teisch, not Teisch, Thies.
I think we received an updated application before the close of that meeting, I thought. Didn't
Oh.
we receive something?
I don't recall. I think we do. I thought that we actually considered it under Ms. Gilbert's name, even though the property had been transferred. Do you remember, Trustee Brooke?
No, I think the issue was that the price of the property, I don't remember the.
Well, not the issue of the price, but didn't we consider it even though it was signed by Ms. Gilbert and it had been transferred?
She was the owner of the property. She sold it to the person who bought it.
Yeah. And at the time we considered it, it was under the ownership of the person who bought it, Ms. Tice. Yeah, so we may have to consider that. We'll move on.
Yeah, but also, as I think Michelle was alluding to, we have it assessed for $918. They bought it for $950.
Okay. Well, all right, well.
We have a couple things to discuss there, but the next application is Andrew Keating, 96 Spliff Road. And they're asking for $1,375,875. We currently have it assessed for $2,144,402.
Mhm.
Ann Hugh, 42 Circuit Road. They're asking, well, can't be right. Can that be right? Let me just check their 7.82. They're asking for a value of $86,072. We have it valued at $4,047,000. I don't know if that's a typo, but that's their problem. And Thomas Malberg, 61 Lookout Road. He's asking for an estimated market value of $1,624,944. And we have it at $2,624,696. And then Judith Whittles, 62 Lookout Road. They're asking for a value of $1,627,885. And we have them at $3,001,000, $898.
That completes that. For anyone who's watching, you should know that we have these applications on our phones. We are paying attention. We're actually following what John is saying because the applications were emailed to us. We're not doing other business. We're reading the applications as John is speaking, in case anybody is wondering what we're doing.
And then if you want to review the Dow applications. I have 11 applications. The first application is parcel 105-1-15.22. It's 7.5 acres on vacant land. They're asking for a value of $100,000.
We have a current market value, or
Yes, I put them all on the sheet, so.
you can just state it for the record.
Yeah, for the record, they're asking for a market value of 100,000. We currently have them valued at 474,383. The second property, parcel 105-1-16. It's a small lot, 400.
On that first piece, right, so the town assesses them 680,000.
Correct, that's what I put in my
And
analysis.
we are at
474,383.
474,
383,
and they're asking for it to reduce to 100.
correct, sir.
Okay, why don't we keep going?
Let me just check one of my numbers before we go further. Yeah, good. Okay, the second parcel is less than an acre. It's listed at 400 feet by 340 feet between Cliff Road and Ridge Road. We have a value at this point of 94,877. They're asking for a value of 20,000. And the town has them valued at 85,100. The third property, 105-1-17, is 12.4 acres. It's located between Cliff Road and Ridge Road. We have it valued at 569,260. They're asking for a value of 100,000. The town has them valued at 680,900.
Can I ask you a question on that one first?
Yes.
On the map, it looks like it's only on Cliff. It doesn't look like it goes between Cliff and Ridge. Just want to make sure I'm looking at the right thing.
That's lot number 17 again.
Yeah,
Um,
because here's Ridge Road.
yeah, well, you're right. The ridge wraps around.
Oh,
But-
I
but,
see.
yeah.
Oh, this little piece is called Ridge.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think
Got
Cliff
it.
goes straight out. It's a
Mhm.
small,
Right, got it.
yeah, but essentially the majority of it is off Cliff. Next parcel, 105-1-28. This is a less than an acre lot, 90 feet by 149 approximately. This is a boathouse on Tuxedo Lake. We have it valued at $379,507. The town has it valued at $459,600. They're asking for a value of $100,000. Next parcel 105-1-39.1. This is 2.1 acres near Ridge Road. We have it valued at $330,028. The town has it valued at $383,000 even. They're asking for $75,000.
That's buildable, right? It's right on Ridge Road?
It's a pre-existing lot,
Mm-hmm.
and provided they can meet the setback requirements and utilities and an improved road,
Oh, okay.
yes. The zoning code does allow it as long as you can show compliance.
Okay.
Next lot, 105-1-40.2. This is 28.1 acres. This is a house. We have it valued at $6,594,118. Town has it valued at $6,893,600. They're asking for a value of $1,000,005.
And you say there's a house on it?
Yes, I believe that's the main estate.
Oh,
That might be, it might be a, let me see here for a second, I'll show it to you. It might have a, yes, 40.2.
oh, okay.
That's the main
Oh, okay.
house lot. Next lot is 105-1-41. I think my spreadsheet has that 0.2. I think it's just lot 41. It's 3.8 acres adjacent to Ridge Road. We have it valued at $2,795,438. The town has it valued at $2,305,500. They're asking for a value of $900,000. Next lot, 105-1-42, located in the vicinity of Ridge Road. It's 5.5 acres. We have it valued at $1,755,218. Town has it valued at $300,000. I'm gonna have to check that parcel number because something doesn't appear to be correct there. But regardless, they're asking for an assessment of $600,000, or they're asking for a market value of $600,000. Parcel 105-1-51, 32.3 acres. On between Ridge Road and Cliff Road. We have it valued at $1,393,000. They're asking for a value of $300,000. And the town has a value of $1,838,200. Parcel 105-1-52 is 10.1 acres in the vicinity of Ridge Road. We have it valued at $513,378. Town has it valued at $680,900. They're asking for $150,000. And the last parcel, 106-1-70.22, on Pine Hill Road, 25.3 acres. We have it valued at $1,197,922. The town has it valued at $1,298,700, and they're asking for a value of $400,000.
Now,
They traded for 875.
Yes, I put a note there. This property was partially subdivided in legally, I guess, October of 2020 for $875.
And does that include review of all applications?
Yes,
All right. That being said, the board has to deliberate, so we have to schedule a date and time to actually make decisions on these applications. My suggestion, and I'm certainly open for an alternative, is that we have a board meeting scheduled for March 19th. Does that give you enough time, John, to prepare the final tax roll if we were to make our decisions on the 19th?
that next Wednesday, I believe, or when is the 19th?
Yeah, the
That's
19th
next
is
Wednesday.
next Wednesday.
That
Next
should be
Wednesday.
fun.
Yeah. And I guess I would ask the members, can we meet before the scheduled 7 PM board meeting? Does that work?
Works for me.
Can we meet at
Yeah.
5 o'clock?
Yeah, we have, I'm just curious in the process here. When we have a discrepancy between the town valuation and the village valuation, is the town valuation relevant to our discussion? Do we need counsel to opine on that?
It's only relevant because historically, whoever is grieving the assessments will use that number against us. And if the town value is much lower, they'll use that number, to get a lower value. So it's good to look at. The only issue with some of these numbers is most of them being vacant property, and have not been contested in my history. These numbers really haven't been looked at this point,
By either?
by either party.
Yeah.
With the exception of maybe the homes, but most of these properties haven't traded hands in over 25, 30 years.
So should we,
When we go through the process, do we want counsel present with us I mean, our record is not part of the appeal process, right? Our process is confidential.
the deliberations are.
Deliberations are confidential, but historically, I will tell you that we do look at the town numbers, and I think sometimes the town assessor looks at our numbers to make sure things are not terribly out of whack. And once again, in deliberation, they will be used against either side, so it's best that we look at everything.
Yeah, with respect to setting up our meeting to begin at 5 versus 7, the question is 2 hours enough? Probably. We've got 20 properties to look at, right?
Well, we have the properties from the first day.
Yes, we have 2 other properties from the first hearing. I think it's enough, and I'll give you background beforehand, and individually, if you want to, you could
All I'm
speak to
saying is
me.
I concur with your assumption that it shouldn't be 1 hour, it shouldn't be 2 hours is fine. I think 5 o'clock works.
Mhm.
So we can send out a notice that meeting will be at 5, from 5 to 7.
Well, that
That's
meeting is,
executive,
that
right?
meeting is essentially executive session. It's not public. It won't be recorded.
Okay, executive session.
Yeah.
Do we want to have counsel involved with us at that point?
If the board feels we need them,
Maybe they
We
could
can,
show up a little bit early, not at 5,
I
but like
guess-
we
I
can
guess-
gather our
I guess
questions.
My question is, you have town experience. I'd like it to be efficient.
mhm.
So what you're saying with respect to the town assessment, it's relevant, but not critical.
Correct.
It's
Right.
not binding on
And
us.
No, it's
when-
not binding.
It's not binding, and we can't say we're turning you down. Right, we're not gonna revalue it because your valuation is below that of the town. We don't.
I wouldn't specifically use the town number, but you look at that as guidance, just like sales and comparable properties. You'd look at it to make sure, because once again, it'll be used against us if we don't have good reason.
Yeah, I don't think we need counsel. We're looking at numbers. We're not making any decisions that require legal advice. So I think 5 o'clock, we reconvene for deliberations and executive session at 5 o'clock on Wednesday, March 19th.
Right,
Okay, so that concludes this second session of and final session of the public meeting of the Board of Assessment Review. As I said, we will deliberate on March 19th. We will render our decisions, and the the grievance will be notified of our decisions shortly thereafter.
Sure.
Thank you. I make a motion that we adjourn this meeting. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by the Deputy Mayor. All in favor?
aye.
Aye.